be out. Yep. Oh, yep. Okay, we're good. All right, here we go. We count it down in
3, 2, 1.
Harvey is the happiest boy in school. He likes to visit with his friends and say hello to everybody he passes. The other children and the teachers, too, like Harvey because being cheerful helps to make everyone feel better.
You're in love. Have a beer. Yeah. This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS, Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. Scott Johnson here. Brian Ibbett there. Good morning.
Hello, Scott Johnson.
Did I tell you I'm 4 days sans caffeine right now? Did you know that?
Oh, look at that. No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I today it's starting to hit me and make me feel really tired.
Interesting that you choose to do this the week where daylight saving time happens.
I know. It seems super dumb, but like a lot of things in my life, I have poor choices and timing.
Was this a recommendation from your doctor?
No, it's just me. I think it makes me jittery, it makes my sleep worse. It's just caffeine and I have never really gotten along very well. And so I have, for now anyway, we're going to, basically the idea is you get off the daily and the regular all the time. And then when you sit down to a meal, you're like, yeah, bring me a Coke Zero, no problem. Or, I'll have that tea before bed once in a while. Like it's more of an occasional thing and less of a like all everyday thing. And for me, I don't know. Caffeine has always been so with me. It's just always
really
bugging.
Okay.
Yeah, some people it's like nothing. You could drink. Brian here could drink 15 cups of coffee and just not even blink an eye.
And I do during the show.
Yeah, and he does.
And I really won't blink an eye after the 15th cup.
Yeah, and I'd probably die on that many cups. I'd probably have some kind of weird conniption and have to go to the hospital. Anyway, it's good to see you all here. We're happy to be doing a show, and it's time to rank the fish. As you know, yesterday
ranked fish, and they gave us ranked fish.
Brian went and did some of this.
Hey, it's too hard to get a fish sandwich.
And did a great impression of that dude every time.
Thanks. I did lose it on one of the drive-thrus when I got up there, and the guy said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm fine." I forgot to do hey, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
It's hard. It's hard. You got to play that persona all the time. It's not easy. I respect it.
Yes. I feel bad for the poor, minimum wage Wendy's employee that
he was grumpy.
He was grumpy. It's like, come on, it's funny. I'm making a joke. Would you like one of my fish sandwiches?
Yeah, be like the dude in who is your favorite guy? Wasn't he the Jack in the Box guy was the best or something? Or no, Burger King. Who was the nice guy?
What are you talking about?
Yesterday. Who was the nice guy that you talked to?
Nice guy was Burger King, yes. Yeah. The nicest of the drive-thru people was Burger King guy.
Did I say something weird? He said, what was I talking about? What did I say? See, I'm confused. I'm concerned the caffeine
you're like,
loss.
who's the nice guy? Who's the nice guy? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't know you were talking about the people in the drive-thru.
Oh. So, all right. I thought I was losing it. And it's possible I was because, again, the caffeine makes me, when I get off of it, I get a little weird, so don't mind me.
I tend to I call Tina out on it all the time because she'll have half of the conversation in her head before she says anything to me. And then she'll ask the question that pertains to what all the things that she was just thinking about asking me. Yeah. And it'll come out of, it'll seemingly come out of nowhere. There's a logical transition, a logical path to that question like there was with yours. But it's like, what? What are you talking about? But,
I do. It is a thing. So, all right. So we got to rank them, though. You ate them all or tasted them all, right?
I tasted them all. I said, I'm not wasting. All right. Well, let's rank them, first of all. We had the Jack in the Box, the Burger King, and the McDonald's. Mm-hmm. The BK Big Fish is the Burger King one, and I'm putting that up on top. That was like the best. There's something about the eggy bun they use. It's different than I think the Whopper bun they use. You know how you've got certain rolls and buns that have a yellow hue to them? That's the one they use for the fish, and it was really good.
Okay. I'm surprised by that. I would have thought they would have used the same bun across the board.
Yeah, I would think so too. It'd be cheaper, right? How much extra does it cost them now to maintain and transfer multiple buns?
Yeah.
The Jack in the Box I would put second. Tina actually said she preferred the Jack in the Box over the Burger King. I think the Burger King, you got a bigger piece of fish, and for me that carries a lot of weight, no pun intended. Like it adds to the score.
These are all ground up fish bricks, though, right? None of them were like some kind of special.
All of them
cut
are,
fish.
yes. Although one of them, let's see, both the Jack in the Box and McDonald's were cod. I think the Burger King was Pollock.
Pollock. All right. Kevin
Pollock.
Pollock,
I think
ground
I remember
up. Comedian
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah, comedian talk show host Kevin Pollock ground up into a fine mist and then put into your fish sandwich.
I think so. I remember looking at the label, and if you go to 100% white Alaskan Pollock.
Okay.
If you go to Snack Network, I recorded a video of the whole tasting process and ranking process there. So you can see the inside of my kitchen, and you can watch me eat a fish sandwich.
Nice.
I would rank the McDonald's last, and I think I showed you why. That all the tartar sauce was on the inside of the box. There was very little on the sandwich itself. And get this, I never realized this before. There's a piece of cheese on the fillet of fish.
It's horrible.
It's a square of fish and then cheese, because you always think, oh, fish and cheese go really well together.
Yeah, no, I don't. Look, that's always been I wondered about that, and I forgot to ask yesterday because it's been so long since I've had one, but including a piece of fish and a piece of cheese together, any kind of cheese even.
Yeah.
It's just an apocalyptic idea. What are you even doing?
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea. Don't do that. It's a bad.
Exactly. I guess people in the chat room are saying that McDonald's is Pollock as well.
Oh,
so,
okay. I just put up
Pollock's and a cod.
I put up a picture of a pollock for the chat room so they can see what that fish looks like. It's a pretty big, gnarly fish. It's a big old fish.
Yeah. It's ugly and deserves to be eaten.
Yeah. Underbite.
I would have liked, if proximity-wise, Arby's and Culver's were nearby, because Culver's, I've had the fish sandwich there, and I remember it being the best fast food fish sandwich I've ever had.
Gotcha. Do we put Culver's in a couple notches above all of these, or do you think they're...
I would put Culver's a couple notches above all these. I mean, obviously, I didn't include them in the taste test, so I can't compare them one right after the other like I would like to.
Right.
But
Arby's, I mean, are we more? Isn't Culver's like more Five Guys? You know what I'm saying? Like on the ladder of fast food chains, you got your base level McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. And then you go up a couple of rungs and you got Five Guys. I don't know. In and out.
I mean, I'd still put them on the lower rung. They're regional is the problem.
Yeah.
They're Wisconsin, and I don't know how far west they go. If you guys, do you have Culver's in your?
We do.
Okay.
I always thought I guess I've never been to a Culver's, but I always thought they were supposed to be like smash burger level.
Yeah, no. So those places I kind of like. The way I'd distinguish between all of them is, do you have to wait at the counter for your food, or do you go to your table and they bring it to you? And that's kind of like the Five Guys and the Smash Burger. I take that back. Five Guys, you have to go up to the counter.
They call you, yeah, but it's just it still feels like a cut above. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Here's
food's
where
better.
would you put In-N-Out Burger?
I'd put them with
The cut above group.
Yeah, I think it's the quality
All
of
right.
the food, I guess, is what's doing it for me. Because both of those places are just better food than McDonald's or Burger King or whatever.
And then I'd put Culver's in whatever group you put In-N-Out Burger in.
Okay.
Because I think that there's Freddy's, which is also cut above. It's still
Still go to the counter, get
bunch
your
of
food.
minimum wage kids making your food behind the counter, and
But they got that sauce with the jalapeno in it.
that's such great sauce.
Yeah.
So if we do a Fish Smackdown 2, then fast food Fish Smackdown 2, and then I'm going to position myself to be near Arby's and Culver's. I'm sure Popeyes has a fish sandwich. I know they've got a spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah, probably do. I don't know. Did they mix they get the fish over the white fish at the chicken places?
I would think they would, right? Like,
I don't know,
because Popeyes has a lot of Louisiana seafood, right? So
yeah, they got the shrimp and the stuff like that. Let's see.
So why would they have fish? I don't know. That's an interesting. Let's see here. Flounder fish sandwich currently.
Popeyes
Limited
reveals
time, U.S. only where available. So it's probably just a
okay.
Lent thing.
Okay, yeah. So they're doing it like the McRib, sort of bring it out when they want to, kind of deal.
Yeah, or bring it out during Lent.
Yeah. Well, there you go then.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they've got. Let me see if they have a regular fish sandwich. No, they have the classic flounder fish sandwich and a spicy flounder fish sandwich.
Ooh.
Neither of those are like, they don't look like a square brick. So that's good. That's a plus for Popeyes.
Do you think they shape it, or do you think they actually have a fish shape, or actual fish in there?
Yeah, I think I would bet that it's still shaped. It's just shaped in an unusual, like a more organic looking shape, because otherwise you're at the mercy of, oh, well, this piece is bigger than that piece, and this,
Sure. That makes sense. They should make them into little puzzle pieces, and then everybody could try to fit them together out in the,
That'd be
in the
great.
restaurant. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'd be into that.
So some other time we'll do Fast Food Fish Smackdown 2, and I will bring in a couple other contenders for the crown.
Nice.
For the big fishy crown.
Nice. It might finally get me to go to Culver's. Never been, so maybe I'll eat there.
Their butter burger is really good too. And even though you're off the sugar, boy, they give Freddy's a run for their money on the custard. The frozen custard stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that stuff's pretty good. I've heard their fries are a bit of a grease pit. Is that true?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fries are nothing to write home about.
Okay. Well, neither is. I guess In-N-Outs are pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
Good fries are hard to
I
come
don't
by.
like the shoestring fries.
No, me neither.
Give me Red Robin fries all day long, but sadly, no fast food place has those kind of fries,
The big,
or
thick ones.
that quality anyway.
I agree. Even though when they try to go big, they're bad.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to. I don't know if this is a real news segment or not, but I'm gonna play a little theme here. Scott would like to register a complaint. All right, fight. Pick your champion.
Yeah.
I'm going to register a complaint. This is to the Big Lotion. Okay.
All right, Big Lotion.
Whoever's
Big
in charge, Big Jurgens, whoever's in charge of the lotion lobby, whatever, the big people in lotion. Okay. Here's my complaint. You people need to figure out your formula, because 2 days in a row now, 2 different brands of lotion. Mm-hmm. I went to go do the pump on one of them and the squeeze on the other. And if you haven't used lotion in a few days, you get the little lotion clot out in the front. All right. Yeah. And when you hit that thing too hard, the clot goes flying, and then it spoos all over the place. Yep. And it's bad. It happened again this morning. I'm annoyed. Fix your damn thing. Why is this so hard? I swear there's other.
They have to. So you're saying that they need to come up with a formula that doesn't coagulate, doesn't turn into a hard plug when it dries up.
That, or come up with a cap that has some kind of better management of the clot. Like something that lets you gouge it out, or I don't know, like a little grinder at the top or something. Something let me get rid of that thing.
Your pump is you're kind of screwed with the pump, right? It's like.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just like ready for Jamie. I just packaged that up and put a bow on it.
Yep.
But yeah, you can't the pump. You're not going to have something that clears out the pump.
No, not that I know of, unless they change
but the cap thing,
stuff.
You're talking about the little flat, almost like a toothpaste tube, but it's got a wider opening and thing in the end.
Yeah, a little hinge.
Yeah, really just having a cap that has a little peg that goes deeper into the lotion hole.
Yeah, exactly.
That would keep the dried out lotion plug from. Oh my gosh!
I know, it's nasty. So here's the deal. I can go in there with some sort of toothpick item or whatever, and I can jab it out.
Great night, everybody.
Yeah, I can dig in there if I want to with a stick. If I want to, but I don't want to.
Sure,
I want it just to work.
You don't have to keep a toothpick handy just to use the lotion.
Yeah, and I'm trying to moisturize. Okay, I'm trying to take better care of my skin. They ain't getting any younger. And
sure,
when there's a big old freaking lotion clot to deal with, it just pisses me off.
Well, you need to. That's probably a sign that you need to be lotioning more often, right? Because that stuff won't dry out if you are applying lotion a couple times a day, and you probably should be.
This is a good point. I've been using this stuff we got at Trader Joe's that I like a lot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's great. Great lotion. I forgot the name of the thing, but the problem is it clots. So So
Yeah.
whatever, quit coagulating, you damn lotion. All right, that's my complaint. I'd like to hear what the world has to say about it. We heard back from H, a.k.a. Dude what I met with when he came here to Salt Lake a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Actual police officer in the Nashville area.
Yes, this is a perfect person to answer our question.
Yep. Sent me a private DM on Twitter to answer the question we asked yesterday about would you still be charged for the drugs? Let's see.
For buying not drugs because you thought you were buying real drugs.
You thought you were buying real drugs, but you're buying not drugs. And he says, in relation to your question about drugs, they could be charged. But likely, depending on the amount, we would just seize the drugs and not charge the person. So it sounds like it's not worth the rigmarole in that particular case. If you had a sting, it's different. Obviously, you're doing a big sting operation, and you got a whole bunch of people involved, or the main dealer or something like that. You got Gus Fring on the line, whatever. You're gonna go for the throat. But in these particular cases, it sounds like they could, but they don't. But they probably won't. So there's some mitigation of
just
let
it go. The dude bought non-dairy creamer. Thought he was buying meth.
Yeah, maybe keep an eye on him, but he's got enough problems, and we don't need to overload the jail tonight. So
you'd think he'd guess by the color that he bought crushed up sweet tarts, but no, he didn't figure it out.
Tell you about the guy in high school that snorted those crushed up sweet tarts.
That snorted crushed up sweet tarts.
Yeah.
For what? What was their goal? Was
he
it to
is a
get
psycho.
rush?
So he ended up in hard drugs later, and I think he might be actually OD'd and gone now. I don't know. It's a very sad story. But back in high school, there's this kid who was really, really into Motley Crue. He had all their T-shirts and swag, and he was so into Motley Crue, and he always wanted me to draw the band. And he actually had who's the one that had the two stripes under their eyes?
Nikki Sixx, I think.
Is it Nikki Sixx? Might have been.
Nikki Sixx did, yeah.
Yeah, so he had that going on. He'd show up at school with that on. Just super into it. Anyway, it has nothing to do with the story. But at one point, he pulled out a box of these sweet tarts, and he goes, "Dude, watch this!" And he crushed them up with his pen or something. Made a little fine dust, and then took a card his ID card and made a little line, and then full on snorted a line of candy. Wow. In class. And I remember going, that can't be good for your nasal unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would do to you, but it can't be good.
No, there's no way that's good. And he thought it was great. He said, it gives you such a rush. The sugar goes straight to your veins, and you're just
sure.
Like, okay.
He's mainlining sweet tarts.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and at that time, he claimed anyway, he wasn't doing any other kinds of drugs. But then after high school, we heard all these stories about him going down some deep holes. And
really?
I don't think he's around anymore.
Punch 8 balls to something a lot harder.
Someone says you were friends with a Curtis Armstrong character. Actually, I believe the kid's name was Curtis or Kurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. It was the same class where Patrick Nagel, not the artist, caught his hand on fire with the rubber cement and flinged rubber cement balls all over class. Same class.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was
Brushwood snorted crushed up Altoids as a great night punishment.
Did he or did he fake? He probably faked it.
He probably come on. The dude makes it look like he's pushing a nail from one tear duct to another across through his nose. Come on.
Yeah.
You think he really did that? Please.
Yeah, he's doing a gig.
The dude is a modern rogue. He tells you that right at the beginning.
Also, if he did really do it, he really shouldn't do that. Sinuses are gonna. You know what? If the audience made him do it, they're mean. That's mean.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that to yourself. It's bad.
Oof.
All right. Well, thank you, H, for giving us some clarification. It's time for us to play a game. Let's get Dunaway all involved.
Yeah, let's find out what the weirdest thing is that he's snorted.
Yeah, I bet he's had some things in his nose. I mean, the weirdest thing I ever put in my nose was that drill bit or that screwdriver bit. Did I tell you about that? Yeah. I think I did.
You put a drill bit up your nose?
Yeah, it was like a screwdriver. You know the screwdriver magnetic bits that you stick into the screwdriver hole?
Yes.
I got bored one day. It's like junior high era. I'm laying on my back in the living room. TV's on, and I take a screwdriver bit, and I just let it sink into my right nostril as far as it'll just go gravitationally, just kind of get into my head. And then I just sat there and thought, well, that's interesting. I wonder how far up that is. And then I took it out. The problem is, all these years later, I still have issues with this side of my nose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I get like weird. This is the side. If I get a sinus infection, it's always over here. If I get a head cold, it's always over here. If I get stuffy, it's always over here. It's always my right nostril. So So
I can't imagine that it's related because what would
it might not be. It might not be.
You know, obviously, immediately there's crud and who knows what kind of bacteria and stuff on the drill bit, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. It was thick. And
hey, Dunaway, welcome first of all.
Yeah, hi Brian Dunaway.
Oh, hi Scott and Brian.
Hi, it's nice to have you here. Welcome to Battle Royale. How are you feeling? What are you doing? What do you put up your nose in South Carolina?
Yeah, have you ever snorted grits?
Snorted grits? That would be a
Sure.
terrible idea.
Well,
you don't
you're
want
from the
to grit
South.
up your nose.
There might be
Well,
some special
we don't
Waffle
put
House
grits up our
promotion or something.
nose. That's insane. We
Might
put it
as
in our-
well.
Do you snort hot dogs? What is your
Oh
big
my
food over
gosh.
there in the Colorado?
Don't do that.
Rocky
No.
Mountain oysters, Brian, and yes, we
Do
do
you
snort them. Yes.
Well, that's on you.
Well, you smell them going in. I can tell you that.
Tang. Has anyone ever snorted Tang? I bet somebody
Oh
snorted
God,
Tang.
I've accidentally snorted Tang many times. You don't mean to. It's just kind of like you the
Oh,
powder
sure.
scoop. You put the powder scoop in there.
And
Same
there's
with
that
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there's that little like floaty the little like you drop the powder scoop in the cup, and then
Yeah.
there was that little like almost like
Cloud.
smoke where it comes up, the
Yeah.
cloud that comes up, and you snort it.
Yeah, it's
You
bad.
go, oops! Oh no, I made a
Yeah,
mistake.
don't drink the Tang Cloud, is what we're saying. Hey, we have a listener on the line. Let's find out who's waiting. Hi, who's this?
Hello there, gentlemen. It's Greg for Walkman.
Well, hello, Greg for
Greg.
Walkman. It's nice to have you here. I used your Walkman yesterday capturing some old tapes. How you feel about that?
Glad,
Nice.
Yeah.
glad it still works.
It is. It does. It's
Are you-
fantastic. Those things never break.
Are you calling us from a Walkman?
I guess he's all here. I can turn him up a little, I think. Here, now say something, Greg.
I can. Oh, I guess I can't turn them
Hello,
up. He's on
hello?
Discord.
There, a little better.
Hello,
There you
that's
go.
way better.
Yeah,
There we go.
you're good. You're good. Hey, it's good to have you
Okay.
here. You probably know the drill, but we're gonna have Brian explain it anyway. Brian, why is he here, and what can
Contractually
he win?
obligated to explain the rules of this game.
Yeah.
It's time to play the Tadpole feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. And it's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Greg for Walkman, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, depending on who wins the toss-up. If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Company of Heroes 2
Good
and
game.
Hyper Light Drifter.
Ooh, both games are
Oh.
great. Yeah.
Great games, courtesy of Matthew Bach.
Yeah.
Well done, Matthew Bach.
Excellent quality products, right? Both of those games are very good.
Yeah, but you need a topic. The gentlemen need to win the toss-up to figure out who you're going to be playing with. So let's go to this one. Hands on your buzzards, please.
Okay,
Oh,
on
hold
the buzzards.
We asked 518 tadpoolers. 58 of them really just couldn't be bothered, couldn't be arsed to come up with an answer. We asked them, name an NFL quarterback, past or present. Brian Dunaway.
Can I win it early? We got the whole question. NFL quarterback, past or present. I'm going to go with Tom Brady, who just unretired himself and ruined that guy's good time with the football.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. He retired and then unretired. Show me the GOAT. Is he on here? Of course he's on here. Number one answer, Tom Brady, the GOAT.
Spent like 2 months with his kids and said, nope, I'm going back to football.
I think that was it. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. He really got tired of Wordle really quickly and said,
Yeah.
I'm going back to football.
Yep.
He like said, I've built out my Animal Crossing island. I finished Wordle. Time to go back to
I
football.
think he even like signed up for a series or something on TV, I believe.
really?
How's all that going to work out? I guess he's going to have to cancel all that crap.
Wait, where's he going back to? Is he back to
Yeah, Tampa.
Tampa,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's a hell of a thing, retirement.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, not doing it.
I don't think he can handle it. He just can't.
Yeah.
He's got to throw that football. I get it.
Yeah. All right.
He's got to inflate and then throw them footballs. I mean, deflate. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Who knows?
So, Greg for Walkman, you're going to be working with Brian Dunaway since he got the number one answer. No answers can beat it. The two of you are going to be working together to see how many of these you can name before you get your first strike. And the play goes over to Scott. So, Brian and Greg. I was going to say Walkman.
And
Brian and
Walkman.
Walkman.
Walkman, Brian, Walkman.
DunaWalkman. Team DunaWalkman. Name an NFL quarterback, past or present. Now, obviously, you have to be thinking of what the Tadpole is going to say, right? You can name a bunch, but it's what the Tadpole says.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I think a couple of them are going to be no-brainers. I mean, you can't mention Tom Brady without Peyton Manning, right? I mean, that was a rivalry for years.
What do you think of that,
Rivalry.
Greg? What do you think, you
Yeah,
Bostonian?
that should be. I have a bunch in my head, but yeah, Peyton Manning should be on the list.
So speaking of, so hold on here. You'd have been a Patriot. Were you a Patriots fan, given that you live in Boston in that area?
I born and raised a Patriots fan, even through
Right.
the bad years.
Even through the bad years. Okay.
I had season tickets when they were like one.
All right.
One win.
Nice. What choice did you have?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't have much of a choice. The reason I asked that is everybody I've ever known that lives in Boston has to be Patriots fans, and if you're not, you're just dead to everyone, right? Like you guys are hardcore about it.
No, there's still a history with the Giants before
yeah.
the Patriots. They're dying off though, but a lot of Giants fans still.
Yeah, they're not so giant
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah.
They're dying off. They're all getting too old. All right, what are you
we're
two
talking
doing?
60s here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you two go for it. What do you want to do? Did you say Peyton Manning? Is that what you said?
I said Peyton Manning.
I mean, I know I'd say Peyton Manning because he was in Denver here, but
Yeah.
what the Tadpole say? Let's find out.
Oh, God.
Show me Peyton Manning.
That's
Yeah,
good.
number
God.
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
you made me nervous on that one.
There. Oh yeah, sure.
Dude.
That's the point. That is the point.
Yeah, yeah. Greg, I've got a million in my head. I'm trying to think, would
I
be
have
better
one
going
that's-
more
I have
recent
one
or
that's-
some of
that's
the
a
older
Tadpole
school
answer.
guys?
Oh, okay. What do you think, Greg? What
I'm thinking Brett Favre.
yeah.
That was where I was going next, too. Kind of middle of the road there.
Yeah.
Favre.
Yeah.
Favre.
All right. Okay. Show me former Packer and selfie taker Brett Favre.
Mm-hmm.
Old man,
Number
commercial
3.
man.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Remember the time he was
Yes.
in... Remember the time he was something about Mary? Remember that movie?
Mockers, I do remember that. That's where the whole Brett Favre thing came from. No, I'm remembering when he did commercials for like Dockers or Lee Jeans or something. There was some
Lee? Oh,
pants
that'd be
thing that
great.
he was doing ads for.
Right.
Yeah, he was all up in big pants. My wife's got her driver's license from his dad. That's kind of cool. It's her claim to fame. Yeah.
Very cool.
They
Yeah.
spent-
Does he know that?
Yeah, they spent. Well, I don't know, but they spent 1 year in high school. She was a freshman. He was a senior in the same high school. So yeah. Anyway,
Excellent.
it's our one claim to Brett Favre fame.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's all
Our
anyone
hanger-on.
needs is just one.
yeah.
Right.
All right,
Rick, we-
DunaWalkman, Team DunaWalkman. What you got? What else you
I've
got?
got a few. Do you want got another one you want to throw in there, Greg?
I think Patrick Mahomes is probably on there.
Okay. We'll go with Mahomes. Yeah, why not?
Mahomes.
Tadpole.
Sure. Let's go, Mahomes.
What's up, my homies?
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
believe it or not, Patrick Mahomes, number 11.
This is telling of the Tadpole. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
just one less person said Mahomes than said our number 10 answer. So just
Oh
missed.
man, close.
Yeah. Yep, very close. Give Scott a chance to play those. So Scott,
Yeah, I'll go with
What you got?
I'll go with Steve Young. See if they got him on
Oh.
there.
the local
There you go.
boy Steve Young.
Yeah, local hero. Yeah.
Steve-O.
All right, show me Steve Young.
Ooh, that's low.
We now have a tie game.
Steve
number
Young
9.
is on there, and not
Steve Young.
okay.
No, this is good because I get more points for the
Tadpole
low
might be
ones.
Points.
thinking Utah connection. Right?
You just tied it up.
Yeah,
It's
you got-
BYU, right?
Yeah, I went to BYU. Was a huge star here. There's a few of those, but I don't think they're going to know the other two because they're too old.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, geez. My brain.
Where do you go from here?
My brain.
Where do you go from here?
Who was the? Oh gosh. Why?
Footballer Jim.
Hold on. Quarterback though, right? Has to be quarterback.
Yeah, has to be a quarterback. Well, has to be someone that the Tadpole thinks
Oh,
is a
there you go.
quarterback.
Well,
There you
that's
go.
a
Oh,
good-
now I'm thinking weird stuff.
Now I think there's
Okay.
something weird in there.
Oh, no, don't let me convince you that there's something weird in here. I believe all of these people were quarterbacks.
Okay.
Are or were quarterbacks.
Let's go then with Troy Aikman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ah, Troy Aikman. The
Yeah.
Aikman.
He was a
All
good
right.
quarterback.
Show me Troy Aikman.
Oh,
No.
come on. Really?
Made the list, but he was number 13.
Boo.
Well, I think, Greg, if Steve Young is on there, I mean, how could you not remember Joe Montana?
Oh, I love Joe Montana.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, guy's got a whole state in his name. It's fantastic.
Yes, I think it was named after him, wasn't it? Like they didn't have a name for the state until Joe
Yeah,
Montana.
yeah,
said,
that
"Oh, let's
sounds
call it
right.
Montana."
That sounds legit.
Yeah.
Plausible. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's real.
Sure. All right. Show me Joe Montana. Don't know if he had a nickname. Number 2.
Yeah.
Low
Big
hanging
Joe.
fruit, not a
Little
lot
Joe.
of points, but at least you still have control of the board.
It wasn't
Speaking of-
Little Joe. Is that what you said,
Right, Little
Brian?
Joe. Little Joe. But
Little
then
Joe.
makes me think of, but it does remind me of Big Ben.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger.
I'll give you an extra point if you can spell Roethlisberger.
Roe, O-R-O-E, the burger.
Yeah.
Close enough. All right, show me Roethlisberger. Toothless burger. No, Ben Roethlisberger was number 15 on the list.
What?
And that's after I
don't know the
counted
Tadpole at
every
all.
single different spelling of Roethlisberger that the Tadpole typed in.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's probably one of the reasons why people didn't do it is they started typing it in. I'll go with Ben. No, let's go with an easier name.
Right,
Joe.
right, exactly. Yep.
Okay. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
let me see
whole
if I can...
lot of high fruit on the tree to
Yeah,
pick from. Yep.
that's what I was thinking.
All right. I'm going to see if I can... He's so old, though. This is a bad one. But if I get
No,
it
it's not.
right...
Tadpole, I've been trying to figure them out. I'm not sure. There's 2 or 3 already on there that are old.
All right. Let's go with Dan Marino. It's like the 80s are just back here. Just Dan Marino.
That's so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Montana was on there. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, right? All right, show me Dan Marino. Number 4 on the list.
Oh,
Okay,
the
not
dolphin.
bad. Not
We're
bad.
keeping a nice little, closing the gap.
Dan the
Between you
Dolphin
guys.
Marino.
Yeah.
Laces out. That's right. That was his whole
Laces.
thing. Laces out. Which I don't get. Like, how do you tie your shoe with the laces in? It's tough. You have to do it. You have to put your foot in after you tie your shoe, and I can't do that.
How about the... Plus, he's kind of, famous for other reasons recently, so maybe his name came up. I'll just throw it out there. Let's do Kaepernick.
Sure.
Colin Kaepernick.
All right. Yep. Colin
Oh.
Kaepernick.
That's a good one.
Show
I
me
think about Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick, and we can spell that one too.
Damn it.
He was on the list, but much lower. 26. Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, man. 2013, that dude was unstoppable.
Oh, he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg, I thought you since you were
I
saying
have one. I think
I got
Aaron
one?
Rodgers should be in there.
Aaron
there,
Rodgers.
Aaron, that's what I was going to say because when Scott said been in the news lately, I was like, oh, Aaron's been all over
That's
the news
what I
lately.
said. I
So,
said,
yeah,
oh,
Aaron
damn,
Rodgers.
that was my pick. I thought he was
It's kind of
Yeah.
where I was thinking you were going to,
Yeah.
Scott. Like he's been in the news for other reasons recently. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, let's see what we got. Show me. Maybe he's playing. Maybe he's not. Oh, he's playing. Okay, Aaron Rodgers,
Oh, thank God.
number 6.
Dang it. You guys are going
We have
to
a
get this.
We have a 4-point game.
Ooh, boy, it's close now, though. If we get one more wrong, Scott could get another low hanging one, and he'd be out of here.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, it would be high hanging fruit.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
it
Oh, yeah.
3 answers on the board. 3 answers left.
I know a bunch more, but I just don't know if the Tadpole would pick any of these guys.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a handful
Greg, you have
left,
another one?
But if it was done more recently, there's certain quarterbacks that moved around, but I don't think it was this pool was the poll was done earlier. So
Right.
Sure.
I think
the
Terry
poll was
Bradshaw
done.
is a pop. He's had a reality show and
Bradshaw?
kinda,
Yeah.
Oh, Bradshaw. Gosh dang it. Freaking.
More
I
Stillers,
think
right?
Terry Bradshaw is probably.
Yeah, he's got a documentary on HBO Max that's supposed to be good. I meant to watch that this week, and I didn't. I was going to recommend it, but anyway.
I thought for sure you were going to bring up that you saw his penis.
No, but I have seen his butt. I've never seen his penis, but we saw his butt in that movie with
Oh, that's what it was. It was his
McConaughey.
butt, yeah.
He hid behind a fish tank with his butt out.
That's what it
Nice.
was.
Yeah. How can
Is
you
that,
not?
is that actually your guess? Are you going with Terry
Yeah,
Bradshaw?
no, great. Yeah, let's go with Bradshaw.
All right.
That's
okay.
a good one.
All right. Show me Terry Bradshaw.
Oh,
look at
Number
that.
10 answer.
Damn it.
And,
Excellent. Well, with
still
that,
not a
it's not impossible.
No, Scott could still win if you guys fail out on this one and Scott gets the remaining 2 answers. Then
Right. How about some Drew Brees?
Oh, Drew.
How about
Damn
some
it.
Drew Brees there, Greg? You got something else besides that? You like
no,
that one?
I was bouncing between Drew Brees and Bradshaw on that.
There you go.
He was a
All right.
good
Cool.
quarterback.
Let's go with Drew Brees. Cool
All
Brees.
right. Show me Drew Brees. Oh, third strike, which means Scott has a chance. He's saying there's a chance. Two
There's a
answers left
chance.
on the board. If Scott gets both of them, then he wins. Otherwise, then the team of Brian and Greg for Walkman win.
I'm all out of them, so I'm just gonna
Burt
say.
Reynolds.
Oh wait! That one might be one they know, but I can't remember the name. Hold on a second.
The Rock in that one movie, The Runaway. What was it?
The
Rundown.
Runaway.
Rundown. Wasn't he a quarterback in that?
Was he? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Rundown? No, The Rundown was a adventure movie where they were fighting bad guys. I don't think it was a football movie. Okay. Why can't I think of this guy's freaking name? He went to BYU. He was the
BYU.
He was the quarterback for the 85 Bears. He's a big deal.
Did he do a shuffle?
He did a shuffle. And it sucked.
I like that.
He threw the fridge was there. Remember the fridge?
He threw the fridge?
Yeah.
Through the fridge, Perry.
Hey,
Yeah.
that fridge guy was down here, man.
Uh,
He's from down here. Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
A real pissed off looking face all the time.
He wore a
Sunglasses.
fur coat on
Oh,
the
the
side.
sunglasses was so good.
No, that helped.
Oh no, didn't mean to help.
Foul.
Jim McMahon.
There you go.
Ah, shit.
Ed McMahon. Yes.
Frick.
It was so fun to get him all the way there, and he finally gets it. Number 20 on the list was Jim McMahon.
Okay.
The Super Bowl Shuffle. Bida-bida-doo. So that means that Brian, you win, and so does Greg for Walkman.
Yes.
Congratulations, Greg. You're getting these games. Let's see these remaining two answers on the board. The chat room had this they were pounding their keyboards, all saying these two answers. Let's see what we got here. Number 7, Joe Namath.
Oh, Joe Namath.
Dude even appeared on
Namath.
an episode of the Brady Bunch, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, of course.
Hollywood
He
Joe.
wore the
Played-
furs, right?
He wore furs. What was his name? They
did
called
wear
him
furs.
Hollywood Joe? Was that it? Or no?
I think
Yeah,
probably
What's Hollywood? That sounds right.
Something like that.
Hollywood Joe, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I know
Anyway.
Jolton Joe was Joe DiMaggio, so that's definitely not it. The last one here, the local boy.
Oh, if this is Elway, I'm going to shit a brick.
Oh, then
yeah.
prepare.
Elway.
Then you may want to pull your pants down first, Scott, because number 8 is John Elway.
Why didn't I think of Elway?
Oh, Broadway Joe. That's right. Joe. Namath
Broadway
was
Joe.
Broadway Joe. Yeah.
Broadway
John,
Joe and John Elway.
Donkey Face Elway is his nickname. I
Oh,
believe.
is it?
John Auto Nation
Rude.
Elway.
There you go. There you go. What's he doing these days? Is he doing commentary or anything? Or I don't know what he's up to.
He was a Broncos manager up until recently, and kind of got maybe asked to leave, asked to be fired.
Oh.
He left. I don't think he. I think he was given the choice of leaving or being fired, I believe.
So he said, "Look, it's either your way or the Elway," and they said, "It's our way," and they kicked him out.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, I'll leave."
And he ran out the room. All right, well, that means this, guys.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I couldn't be happier, though, because Greg deserves to win things. He's a good guy, and we like having him on. Greg, how do you feel about your big win?
I feel really good, and can't wait to see you guys in Vegas.
Yeah, man.
Oh, cool. We're going to see Greg for Walkman.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Greg a whole bunch. Yes, so
Nice.
look forward to that. Greg for Walkman, everybody. He's the man. Don't mess with him. All right. Speaking of that event, by the way, that's still all happening. Everything's good.
Yes.
Some of you have already gotten hotels, but not your tickets. So get over there to frogpants.com/store and get those damn tickets, because you're going to need those to get in there. And if you're just looking for the swag and you can't come, we have that too. So go check that out, frogpants.com/store.
Yeah, we need you to buy the tickets so that we can have the ballroom, so that you can get into the ballroom with those tickets and play board games with us.
Exactly. Things. It's we're not billionaires. Not that we need $1 billion, but you know what we mean. You just got to go grab them. Anyway, so there's that. Hey, Brian Dunaway, you did great. And you know what was even better was yesterday's episode of Play Retro, where we went into a deep dive into the Metroid universe and the Metroid series of 2D games, and I really enjoyed that. Thankfully, that means we're following that right up with a Castlevania deep dive next week so that we can complete the Metroidvania subgenre.
Yeah, we're doing the Vania next week, and I'm super stoked about it. But yeah, Metroid was episode 11 for us, and I got to tell you, that one was probably the most fun I've had.
Oh wow!
I love all my children, but that was really good.
That was your favorite kid. It's okay to say it. The other kids won't be jealous in this case. They're autonomous and they really don't know what's going on, so it's fine. Well done, Brian Dunaway, everybody. He is the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. Kiss our butts.
Hey!
Wow.
I got a hey out of him. That was awesome. All right, what time is it? It is time for some news. Here comes right now.
I don't watch the news.
The news today is brought to you by...
Do you like snacks? Like the ones I ate on the show yesterday? Craft beer? Goofy people like I am? The Snack Network is the place for you. Dave Moore and friends have been tasting new things on YouTube for just over a year now. Almost every day we taste something new and try to keep you up to date on the latest in snack and fast food news. Come taste stuff with us. The Snack Network YouTube channel can be found at thesnacknetwork.com.
Very nice.
We can also be found on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at thesnacknet. And if you'd like to taste something for us and share your channel, Twitch, or other socials, just send us a DM on Twitter. Hope to see the Tadpole in our comments.
Very nice. All right, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
Turns out people don't like screens very much unless they're in front of them or they're using it to play a video game on or watch TV on. Case in point, Walgreens. You know the Walgreens there? They got the...
we have one block away from me. We have a Walgreens.
They got the
I
condoms.
get my flu shots there almost every year.
Yeah, I get my condoms, my flu shots, and my back massagers all at
all from the same checkout woman.
Same lady. Walgreens replaced some fridge doors with screens, and shoppers hate it.
You know, when I first saw the headline, I honestly thought, like, screens, that's going to let all the cold out.
Yeah, no, like screen doors is what you're thinking.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
To cool off the store?
Instead, it's these actual long LED
like
screens.
Like tall video screens.
Yeah, video
that's
screens.
Silly.
It is silly. I don't quite understand. It seems very expensive is the other thing.
Yeah.
But
because all it's doing is, well, I guess let's read the story because...
Yeah. This is what they're saying they're doing. And a few people are doing it, not just them. Walgreens and other retailers have swapped out the clear fridge and freezer doors at thousands of stores, instead adding opaque doors with iPad-like screens showing what's inside. Some customers really are not into it. The screens, which are developed by the startup Cooler Screens, uses a system of motion sensors and cameras to display what's inside the doors, as well as product information, pricing, deals, and most appealing to brands, paid advertisements. So that's the main reason for this.
Okay.
The tech provides stores with an additional revenue stream and way to modernize their shopping experience. But for customers who want to just peek in the freezer and grab their ice cream, Walgreens risks in angering them by solving a problem that shoppers didn't know existed. The company wants to engage more people with advertising, but the reaction so far is annoyance and confusion. Why would Walgreens do this? One befuddled shopper who encountered the screens posted on TikTok said, "Who on God's green earth thought this was a good idea?"
That old chestnut.
Yeah. Don't you love it, though, when people report on Twitter posts?
Marketing genius, they came up with this.
Yeah. Here's another one. The digital cooler screens at Walgreens made me watch an ad before it allowed me to know which door held the frozen pizzas, said someone on Twitter. I think it's annoying and dumb, and I don't like it.
If there is a benefit other than just having a bright display that shows you what should be in each row, and I do like this little shot that they're showing up here. Looks like, there's some Perrier water flavors that are missing up on the top right. Like it shows you a little ghost image of what should be there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. The Fanta flavors in the bottom center that are missing. If you can like tap on one of those items and it shows you like calories or
see, they're not doing that though. They're just, it's all for advertising pricing.
advertising.
Yeah, and then, like you said, it's showing when one's not there. But you can do that without a screen. They'll just not be there.
Well, you could just look in there and see what's not there.
It's just literally not there. So I think this is too much that direction. I understand the need. Maybe put a small screen above it all. Like,
I guess.
a little widescreen up
if
there.
they need to have the advertising, yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like funny money.
I'm waiting for it to say, "Hi, Tom Cruise. You really could go for a Red Bull right now. We know you're tired because you snoozed your alarm 4 times." Wasn't that the Minority Report adver screens?
Yeah,
that,
everything
he
you
saw
walk
on the
past, it would like a hologram would pop up and go, "Oh, hello, Tom Cruise," or name in movie. Forgot the name of this
whatever his
guy's movie.
character name.
Yeah. I see you have new eyeballs, or whatever the deal was. Didn't he get new eyes from? From Peter Stormare. He got them
From Peter Stormare or Stomati. Yeah.
Stomare. Like he's
Stomata. I guess it's not Italian. Stomata.
It's definitely not Italian.
Definitely not Italian. No, he's Dutch, I believe.
Is he? I think he's Swedish. Swedish.
Oh, Swedish? Yeah, I'm sorry. It was because Andreas Ekberg. Remember Andreas?
Yeah.
Used to be in here all the time. He told me, his mother actually knows Peter Stormare's mother, and says, "Here's how you pronounce it. You pronounce it Stormara."
Stormara. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He was born in Kumla Obro in Sweden, wherever that is.
Sure.
In Sweden.
Here you go, Swedish.
He's amazing. I love that guy. He should be in all things ever. Yes. And he kind of is. He's sort of in a lot of stuff, so there's no shortage of Peter in his movies. All right, we got one more story here. I think enough time for this one about this. Insulting and out of touch, says Australians about the government's new Phallic Women's Network logo. This is great.
God. Okay, got to see this logo now.
Yeah, it's a big old wiener. It's not a good logo, period. Like, even if it didn't kind of have wienerness to it, it's pretty bad. Anyway, Australians have slammed a new logo for the Department of the Prime Minister and Cabinet's Women's Network, describing it as degrading and tone deaf. The purple logo shows a curly purple W and a purple bar, which together carries a strong likeness to the male ween.
2 balls and a peen.
Yeah. Yummy Lee at the older Women's Network described the logo as ludicrous and insulting, but had no comment about her own name. Let's see. They have
I think
designed.
it's pronounced Yumi, by the way.
Oh, is it Yumi? All right, not Yummy. I like Yummy.
Yeah.
Quote, they have designed and used a logo for the Women's Network, which, when you look at it, is so insulting to us, it just totally justifies or illustrates just how out of touch they are, she told SBS News. It is demeaning, it is degrading, it is a massive slap in the face. I would probably term it. I said that a little differently.
Yeah, maybe that's the wrong way to phrase that. Yeah. Now that I look at it, it's also, I mean, maybe less phallic and more like, we tried to emulate boobs here.
Yeah,
with the W.
A little bit. I wonder if that's what they were meaning. Also, it's just it's just not good. It's just bad.
It's a bad logo because there's that purple oblong shape is for no reason. There's it doesn't symbolize network. It doesn't symbolize women. There's not like a clever way of the lettering playing off of that. It is just like a shaft.
Yeah.
It's just a shaft coming off the right of the boobs.
It's a shaft on the boobs. Here's what I would have done, and I would have done it before the show if I'd have thought about it. I would just go in there and take off the shaft, move that curly W to the middle. You're done. That's it. There's your logo.
Yeah, but then you get then if you look in the chat room, you see what people can do with the nipples. Just put the nipples right on the curly W.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Everything's phallic at the end of the day. I don't know.
If Third English taught us anything, it's that you can make a peen out of anything.
Yeah, you can make a peen out of anything. But I also
see a peen wherever you look.
I just think this is, even if you don't see the peen, you just see an ugly logo. It's just ugly.
Yeah.
So go back to class.
It just feels like Women's Network. You've got some really cool parallel angles with the shapes of the W and the shape of the diagonal in the middle of the N. You could kind of do something really cool with that, where those two kind of make an equal sign or something, or whatever, like a couple parallel lines. I don't know.
Knowing how government
What
goes,
do I know? I'm just an artist that fell into a crevasse in prehistoric times and got thought out by your scientists.
I wonder if does anyone get that reference but me? Did we all get that?
Sure. I bet 30% of the audience got that.
Okay.
Got that reference.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a healthy percentage. Actually, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I aim for 30% joke efficiency or joke.
It's not bad. The other 77% can, you're just uninformed. Okay.
Claire is currently asking around. She's currently Googling.
Ask your dad, she says.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will join us. We'll also have recommendals after that. Lots of stuff coming up, so stick around. We need to play a song, though. Do you have one?
Yeah, these guys, I believe, are they from Nashville? All right, this coming album comes out, For the Sake of Bethel Woods, comes out Friday. And this is an album I highly recommend you pick up. These guys are great. And if you like Crowded House, as I like Crowded House, you will really get a kick out of the sound because it, to me, reminds me a lot of the most recent album by Crowded House, which is excellent, but I can't play it on the show. No. They're going to be at South by Southwest 2022 coming up later this week, so make sure you check them out. The band is called Midlake, and this is a deeply personal song written about the drummer's son. The drummer's name is Mackenzie. His son was born with a rare brain disorder, and the song was kind of written in his honor. The song is called Noble. Here is the band Midlake.
You make me angry, but I like you very much.
I'm thinking I'm done plugging stuff in.
The morning stream. There's nothing wrong with the food.
All right, we're back, everybody. That song again, please.
Sure, the band is called Midlake, and that is the song Noble from their upcoming album, For the Sake of Bethel Woods.
Nice. So I had a question about the fish sandwich I forgot to ask earlier.
Sure. Ask away.
Did you eat the cheese, or did you take the cheese off?
Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you what I did, right? Because I had 3 fish sandwiches sitting in front of me, and I had lunch. So I, for the Snack Network thing, I cut each one of them in half so I could show a cutaway view. Yeah. I was inspired by Bobby Frankenberger talking about the cutaway views of the Earth. So I did that with my fish sandwiches to see if there really was an unrecognizable glob in the middle of each one.
Yeah, a gelatinous lava glob in the middle of your thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tina and I each ate half of the BK and half of the Jack in the Box fish sandwiches. Yeah. And after the initial bite that I did for the Snack Network video, I threw the rest of the Filet-O-Fish away because why waste those calories?
Yeah, why? Why would you?
Why?
Cheese fish. What the hell? Cheese fish is just
cheese
wrong.
Fish, exactly.
It's
Plus,
so
there was
wrong.
a little to no tartar sauce on it, so. Yeah.
These are all crimes against foodmanity.
Oh my God. Claire says, why waste food though? Because if I eat it, I get the calories and I don't need the calories.
Yeah, who else are you going to give it to? The cat? Cat ain't going to eat that cheese
I'm at the lowest weight I've been since I started Noom. So this morning woke up with the lowest weight.
Nice.
Well
done.
All that fish sandwich puking.
All right, check this out, everybody.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
My internet tech expert, Tom Merritt, is joining us. He is here as he is every Wednesday to discuss the headlines that we are considering for the Daily Tech News Show today. Tom, it's always good to have you here. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Brian and Scott.
Thank you. We're happy to have you and to be had by you.
Indeed. It's a two-way street.
That's right. And let's announce, we're going to have you in Vegas on the Wednesday, right? Is it official?
Yeah.
Or is it?
I booked the flight, so
it's pretty official.
You might be sleeping in one of our rooms, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not staying overnight.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm
the way my schedule is, this was all I could eke out. So I'm flying in the morning. Who wants breakfast? And then I'm flying out at 7:00.
All right.
Oh yeah, we should go to. You know what we should do, Scott? Is we should do a producer's breakfast and take him to that place where we ate with Misha, where she says she likes her eggs cooked.
Yeah, she liked it. The lady asked her, "How do you like your eggs?" And my sister said, "Oh, cooked." And she meant it. She was serious. And I've not been able to not give her crap since then. Not Wendy, my other sister. But yeah, that place is good.
It was really good, and it's a little walking distance away. And
we should do that. Okay, these are all good plans. I'm happy to
I'm
hear
just going
that.
to be itinerant for the day. So
we will handle your itinerary.
Yeah. I'll go where the winds take me. You being the winds.
All right.
I love that.
Yeah, itinerant. It's a good use of the English language, which Tom is very good at. He's also very good at digging up tech stories.
All right.
What's going on today in the world of technology, I would ask?
Well, I'm sure we'll have a good explainer of this on DTNS, but I know folks are hearing lots about the chip shortage, and there's a lot of confusion because it's a very complex thing. So you might hear one piece of it and not quite know what it means in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, the war in Ukraine is complicating the recovery from the chip shortage, partly because it just, war disrupts supply chains. There's a lot of tech companies in Ukraine. Specifically, we've focused on the fact that 50% of the neon gas that is used in the chip lithography process, in other words, making chips, you need neon gas as part of that process. 50% of that had been refined in Odessa, Ukraine, and that has been disrupted. And so there were some worries about how that would affect things. There is good news and bad news coming out of Foxconn, one of the world's biggest, if not the biggest, chip makers. Foxconn has plants all around the world, not just in China, but the majority of their plants are in China. And you may have also heard that Shenzhen shut down completely because of COVID. Remember, China had a zero COVID policy for a long time, so Omicron is tearing through there because they don't have the exposure that other countries have had. Foxconn says it had to shut down its production yesterday, but it is restarting production with a bubble. So they've negotiated new protocols with the government. They've got dormitories set up, and they are back in production in Shenzhen. So they say this is definitely going to affect things, but they're still. I want to get the words right here. Cautiously optimistic? Cautiously positive. About 2022 sales. Citing continuous growth from sectors including 5G smartphones and cloud products. They say the pandemic has not eased, where they are, obviously. Yeah. Inflation is high and global politics are getting tense, which is a very safe way if you're in China, talking about the war in Ukraine. Yeah. So these complicate supply and demand in what they call a very challenging year. But reading the tea leaves, having followed Foxconn a lot, this is them saying, we don't want to promise, but we think we still see a way out. And if I were to add my own interpretation on this, one of the causes of the chip shortage was unpredictable demand.
Yeah.
In other words, so everybody thought no one would buy stuff, and then suddenly everybody was buying stuff because everybody was working from home. That has mellowed. Demand has gotten back into a more predictable fashion. Now, there's currents buffeting that, which is why I think Foxconn is like, it's still uncertain because we don't know if that demand's going to change suddenly because of inflation, because of a resurgence in the pandemic, et cetera. And certainly having the pandemic running through China is going to disrupt demand there, right? Mm-hmm. Right. But it does seem like the demand is settling out. The worldwide logistics problems that were caused with containers getting backed up in ports, that is starting to ease up a little bit. And so they still think that the second half of the year might be okay. Again, this is the world's biggest chip maker, so could be okay for them and not okay for other companies, but they're a big part of the market.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. I heard about the shutdown over COVID, and I hadn't heard the perspective that I assume this was like, oh no, what are we talking about? Maybe a new version of the thing, a new variant. But it hadn't occurred to me, given their zero not tolerance, but zero, whatever you call it. Like it's shut it down.
Zero
if it's
COVID.
COVID.
They and New Zealand and a few other countries took a zero COVID policy.
Yeah. So given that policy, it kind of makes sense that they just haven't had their turn with this bit yet, right? Like it's just not. If Omicron was so spready everywhere else, and when it came to China, it wasn't. They were so shut down it never took hold, and now it's taking hold. That's better news than it's a new variant. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen good reporting on how effective the vaccinations are. There were some rumors kicking around that maybe the Sinovac is just not as effective. And I think the actual percentages are more like in the Johnson area than they are in the Pfizer or Moderna area, and so that could be part of it too. I know it's hitting Hong Kong very hard.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to put a rosy set of sunglasses on that, but it's not incredibly surprising with the increased transmissibility of Omicron to see this take off because it's just harder to keep out because it's so easy to transmit. And I'm not trying to be rosy about the chip shortage either, which of course, next to people's lives is less important. But I do think that Foxconn's reaction to this is certainly partly meant to calm shareholders. But again, reading the tea leaves, it's like, okay, this could be a lot worse. I'm not seeing a lot of the really bad warning signs of like, oh, it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
Seems like it's they think they have a way out. Whether that will hold is the big question.
Interesting. Well, you didn't know you did this, but you just coined the title for my new podcast, The Johnson Area. Look forward to it, everybody. coming this week or this fall.
Oh, it works at so many levels.
It really does. Yeah. It'll be. Yeah. Don't worry. It'll be a clean tag on Apple's podcast network. Everything will be fine. Well, great. We'll talk about this and so much more later today on the Daily Tech News Show. Different time today though for the live show, right? Or slightly?
Yeah. We're 15 minutes earlier. We used to start at 4:15 Eastern. We now start at 4 o'clock Eastern. And the DTNS itself used to start at 4:30. It now starts right at the top of the hour. So if you've been thinking about tuning in live and you're like, nah, 4:30 is just too late for me, but 4 o'clock would be fine. Well, try 4 o'clock. And by 4 o'clock, of course, I mean 2 o'clock Mountain.
Yeah, 2 o'clock Mountain, the only time zone that matters. 1 o'clock Pacific, if that's where you are. And look, if you're one of those poor suckers in Central Time, I don't know what to tell you. All right, you figure it out.
I grew up in Central Time. I always feel like we were trained from birth to convert Eastern to Central. Yeah.
Oh, do you? I don't know if you have a quick take on this or not, but this bill that passed the Senate with 100% votes goes to the House to get rid of. Rid of, or to make it permanent daylight savings. What's your take on that? You think it's going to happen finally?
I love that this is now the litmus test for how partisan are you? How outrage focused are you? Because before the government took action, it became it was like, of course, everybody wants to get rid of daylight saving time. Then the government took action on a bipartisan basis, which really confused people. And now there's people who are like coming out against it because it is their brand to be against things.
I wish someone would tell me which side to be angry at.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those where I just wish everybody would calm down. There's plenty of other pitchforks to pick up. Before this and after this, let this one just breathe and be, okay?
Right.
But anyway, do you think...
we actually talked about this quite a bit on Good Day Internet yesterday, and where I landed was there are downsides to all three ways of doing it. Standard time all the time, which is really that's why it's called standard time, is they decided like this is the best time. This is the one that works the best. Daylight saving was a hack to try to get a little more evening light, or going back to a new standard time, which is an hour later, which is what this bill would do. There's downsides to all of them. I prefer the same time year round, and not having to go through the change that throws everybody off for a week or two. So I'm fine with this. I don't care. Just pick one.
Pick one and go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, whichever one you
I'll
pick,
get used
we'll
to
get
it.
used to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We get used to it for 6 months already. So we're ready to do that permanently, and then I can tell people in my lifetime
it's
they got rid of it.
It's going to be a little darker in the morning under this one, but it would also be a little darker earlier in the evening in the summer under the other ones. There's bad sides to all of it. Just let's not change. That's where I'm at. I'm against change.
Yes.
Put me down. Sure. Tom Merritt, against change.
Against change. You heard it here on this show first. Let's bronze this episode as the place he did it.
There's a separate bill here for Colorado to do it. So, basically saying, well, if it doesn't get passed for the whole
just go
U.S.,
Arizona and do it ourselves. Yeah.
Right. Which then is like, oh crap, do we want that then? Because I know what a pain in the butt it is for my Arizona friends every year to say, we're in Arizona, so what's 3 o'clock today will actually be 4 o'clock for you tomorrow, kind of thing.
It affects. I got
but
co-hosts
Arizona and Colorado touch.
That's true.
So it'll be nice.
So you could start a movement. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can get Utah to join in, and then
we have
New
a
Mexico.
bill. We have a bill
Wyoming,
as well. We have a bill every year, and every time they can put a bill through, and we have one again, and I don't know if it's going to do anything, but If enough
What if you
people
get the
do
entire mountain time zone to just unite and not do daylight saving?
Oh, that'd be great. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's all come together. That part of Canada, just you're with us.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
Take
change
Come on
it.
in, Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah, Mexico, South America, however far down. We're good. All of us, one big stripe right up the thing. I like it. All right, Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter, and again, Daily Tech News Show. Oh, anything else you want to mention? What's going on?
freetomnewsletter.com. Last week, I asked people, what do you like in my newsletter? And basically, the answer was musings. They're like, just write whatever you're thinking about that day. It's nice to get different perspectives than what you do on your other shows. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. If you want to hear my musings and be able to email back, it was great being able to email back with people this weekend. freetomnewsletter.com.
Go do it. Tom Merritt, Ace Detect. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I'll see you later for the Daily Tech News Show.
Bye, Al.
Bye now.
Bye.
I don't know why I can't hang up on Tom.
You can't get rid of me.
Something's going on with
this is where he hangs up on both of us.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Oh, he hung up on me. Now he's removed.
Nice,
okay.
good, as he should have.
As he should. Okay, are you ready for recommendals? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm ready, Scott.
Are you? I don't know.
Let me hold on to something though for when Hurricane Randy joins the call.
Yep, Hurricane Randy coming in from the West Coast. Get ready, because here we go. Hey, look who it is. It's Randy Jordan, a.k.a. Randy Deluxe, joining us all the way from Orange County, California. Hello, Randy.
Good morning stream. How you doing both? I know you're doing fine. You've been talking for over an hour. Now I'm here to say, man, there are just not enough Dallas Cowboys fans.
I agree.
I need more. I desperately need more Dallas Cowboys fans. It's America's team. That you didn't first think of Troy Aikman when you were asked this question. It's just mind-boggling.
I agree. Like, why no Troy Aikman votes? Well, some, but not enough to make the top 10 is weird to me. Totally weird. But whatever. Look, I forgot about Elway, and that's a mistake. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is first ballot Hall of Famers, right? And like that's just it's just mind-boggling. There's people out there who have never seen one down of NFL football who knew all those names.
Yeah, that's true, and don't know what a down is. By the way, that's another thing, and they still know who those people are. All right,
so much fun.
It's good to have you here.
Like Tom, I'm also here to talk about things other than what you brought me here to talk about.
Great.
I just can't I can't get over what the time zones boundaries look like. If you want to see something weird, look up a U.S. time zone map and look at the boundary between Central and Mountain Time as it goes from El Paso north. It is absolutely hysterical. And also look around Idaho and Western Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, why are they like that? Why?
It was done before, certain current cities are where they are, but obviously it was done so that certain cities would fully lie within the Mountain Time, Central Time.
And also towns out in the country that get their television and radio from those cities. So you have these weird carve outs, like Western Oregon is my favorite, where if you look at it, you're like, they must be getting their TV and radio from Boise. And that's why they have this weird curve into their area.
It is really weird for sure. But see, another reason to just get. Well, I guess that wouldn't affect. Time zones would still stay the same. We just wouldn't have daylight.
Look at that boundary from El Paso as you go north. It goes stair steps, and then at some point it's like, oh wait, we've gotten way too far away from our. What the hell? Those are mislabeled. Every one of them is mislabeled.
Yeah, no wonder people think that. That is mislabeled. It says mountain on. Yeah, who did this? This is a bad chart that I just put up. But the line around Utah, I guess what I'm surprised is that people are surprised that Utah is not Central Time. They always think it is, or that Brian is, for that matter. And it's because they got this weird cutout, man. It's weird.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan because again the problems are on the far west or far east sections of these things, right? If you're in the middle of a time zone, you're fine. But it's like Maine has a problem, and they should probably move out to a wholly different time zone. But anyway, I just I love that everybody's been talking about this for a whole day now, and I love that we're all talking about it in the fog of the most recent time loss. Because they're just all so angry. How the hell do you take an hour away from me and I somehow lose 3 hours of sleep? How does that happen?
Yeah, how does that work? That's what I want to know. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it eventually, but for now, it's Recommendals. It's where we talk about
Yes, sir.
stuff we saw on streaming services that we would like to recommend to you fine people at home. Hopefully, you'll get some enjoyment out of these things as much as we did. We'll start with Brian. You got 2 this week. You want me
I have 2, and surprisingly, they are both documentaries. I don't know if we did a little Freaky Friday thing. Did you, during that most recent lightning storm, did you put your hands on an old relic skull and say you wish you were me? Because I think I did that.
I actually drew a circle around your house. I don't know if you noticed it.
I did, yes.
Okay.
In using pixie dust, which is really interesting, which is all sugar.
Sure.
It's all sugar.
Yeah, don't trust it.
And I snorted it. Anyway, my first documentary is from 2016.
All right, I'll hit play.
He's good at pinball because he puts the time in. Now, who studies 20 pages of rule books to figure out how to play a pinball game? For as long as I've known Robert and we've had games, that's been his ultimate goal, to get to the wizard mode. Wizard mode is the ultimate in a pinball game. It's your final destination.
It's almost like a special type scoring mode where everything is running all at once. And you unlock that by completing certain tasks all in one game. For example, all multi-balls, or super jackpot, or score a hurry up. And that's really difficult to do.
Sounds like some pinball involved.
Please tell me there is a certain song somewhere in this documentary where I get to hear the greatest lyric ever committed to popular music, "Such a Supple Wrist."
Yeah, believe it or not, you do. They do change the lyrics a little bit because our hero of this story is not deaf, dumb, and blind, but he does have autism. And you heard him talking there at the end, Robert Gagno, who is the focus of this movie, which was right there in that clip. I figured you'd never get it from because it wasn't that prominent. This movie, it's called Wizard Mode. Came out in 2016. And this is the story about this amazing pinball player, like this tournament competitive pinball player named Robert Gagno, who is autistic. And he grew up with pinball. His dad, once he gravitated towards that and his dad saw that as a way to really connect with him, he started getting pinball machines in the house and really like fostering that direction for him. And but the movie's not just all about how he's playing pinball, it's also about how he's trying to get out on his own and move into a life that where he can be independent, live on his own, support himself. And of course, that's a tough thing when pinball is the first and foremost thing on your mind.
Sure. Sure, there's an obsessive angle to people on the spectrum where if they are hooked on one single thing, it's pretty much all they ever want to do.
It is, and it becomes such a focus on him that when his counselor is trying to say, okay, well, let's talk about jobs. There's this job and there's this other job. Yeah, and you can just, that he's thinking about Black Knight 2000 or something, some other pinball game.
I love Black Knight, still my favorite of all time.
Yeah,
really
good.
Really
first time I ever saw a ramp, like on a second level with extra flippers on that second level.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would drive 100 miles right now just to play Black Knight for a while.
Oh, you should just go to Vegas and play Black Knight with us. And
it's more than 100 miles.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, Captain Kipper found that this guy, Robert Gagno, has a YouTube channel where you can watch him play these, I'm sure, all the machines in his home. And there's one specific one called Simpsons Dance Party, which was referred to in the pinball community as one of the toughest pinball machines ever, especially toughest to get to this wizard mode. And he played that thing day and night until finally he calls his dad and says, "Hey, bring the video cameras. I'm really close to hitting wizard mode. I think we're going to be able to do it." And so dad comes in and records the whole thing, and it's just amazing. So this movie, Wizard Mode, like I said, came out in 2016. You can find it on a bunch of different services. When we watched it, it was on Peacock, and you can watch it on free Peacock. also known as Freecock.
Yeah, it's
I
Freecock.
see, I see it's also on Amazon Prime with commercials.
It's also on Amazon Prime via the IMDb TV channel.
Yeah.
The benefit of Peacock is that you get 2 or 3 commercials at the beginning, and then the rest of it, I believe, is commercial free, no matter which mode of Peacock you have.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same way with IMDb, but this is such a great, uplifting, positive documentary about this kid, and you're just rooting for him the whole time, and you see him playing against all these other like sweaty, well, people look like me, pinball players that he's going up against in tournaments and stuff.
So often documentaries about obsessives are not uplifting.
No,
like,
right? Yeah.
Like every now and then you get a Hero Dreams of Sushi, but usually it's like Exit Through the Gift Shop, and that is just not uplifting. No, like
you're.
What was the video game one?
King of Kong? No, that wasn't really
Oh,
obsessive stuff.
Yeah.
King of Kong, yeah, with
That's
Billy
not
Mitchell.
uplifting at all.
No,
you're hating the poor guy Weeby, who gets crushed by Billy Mitchell and his freaking USA flag ties and his smarmy hair
didn't that
and his
stuff end up being? I can't remember. There was some controversy about the way Billy
was.
Mitchell was portrayed. I can't remember what the deal was. I love that documentary.
Yeah, but I met the guy. I met both of them. I met Steve Wiebe at a local Denver Comic-Con, took my picture with him, and he is just the nicest guy ever.
Oh, he seems super nice. I don't think he was misportrayed, but I think maybe they went a little villain, maybe more than they had to with
Yeah, but then you see all this stuff that Billy Mitchell has done since, and it's like, oh, okay, well, sure, they may have played up that villain angle, but either Billy Mitchell steered into that because he realized it was on brand, or he was just a dick anyway. And regardless of the clever editing, there's just some things you can't hide.
Especially the recent cheat stuff. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Have we talked about people who live stream Midway games on TikTok?
No,
we have not.
It's so freaking weird.
Where would we talk about that, Randy?
Well, I guess right here.
Yeah, here's where we can do it.
It feels like it's something I talk about every now and then, because like if you look at my TikTok For You page and scroll a little bit, you will end up watching a coin pushing machine, and it's just like people have pointed a camera at a coin pushing machine and they've got it unlocked, so they're just playing as fast as you can possibly play it. And it's like, why is that so interesting? Why am I looking at this? Why I'm wasting my life away watching a coin pushing machine?
I would say that is correct. That is a waste of time. However, I understand why something like that would intrigue you. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Totally mesmerizing.
Well, there you go. That's totally one I'll watch. That is on my list of for sure sees. I'd love that kind of stuff. So
it's great. Cool. We didn't even plan on watching it. Like, oh well, let's watch this before we go to the Dallas Pinball Festival. But it just seemed to work out. And now I'm going to be kind of looking to see if any of these people that we see in the documentary are there at.
Well, they very well could be. That's a really good point. Plus, this was not planned, but yesterday I started doing, it's for a future episode of Play Retro. I didn't even talk to Dunaway about this, but I did a little, informal Twitter poll about everyone's favorite video game-based pinball games. Because we're going to do those at some point, and there's lots of talk of like Kirby Pinball Land, and I don't know what it was called, but a bunch of those. And that just so happened to be asking that yesterday. So everything's coming up football.
I'd be curious as to which one won. And
so far, that Kirby one that for the Game Boy is like crazy in front, and shocked me.
Okay, so you're like talking about a pinball game you play on
pinball video game.
Pinball video game. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about a real in-person video game based on a video or in-person pinball machine based on a video game property.
Right. No, it's like the ones that are Sonic Spinball for the Genesis or
Pokemon. There was a good Pokemon.
Yeah, the Pokemon game's very good too.
It took me that long to get unstuck. I was like really focusing on. Could I accept like Star Wars pinball machines, or there's like there's this amazing Guardians of the Galaxy pinball machine. I'm like,
there is,
and there's also a pretty good
amazing,
a pretty good Guardians video game. I was trying to put those together.
Yeah.
Okay. No, seriously, if I had the money and the wherewithal, I decided at the Colorado Pinball Festival after playing that one, I said, this game has everything I want in a pinball machine. If I had the money, this is the one I would buy. Is that Guardians of the Galaxy game?
It'd probably cost you $10,000.
It would easily, or I think 8 when I was looking at prices and stuff. 8,000.
Jeez.
So, it's not happening.
Expensive.
But I'd like it to.
Holy crap! That's an expensive thing. You can't even buy. I used to be able to buy a Hyundai for that.
Yeah.
Not anymore. All right, give us a setup for number 2 here. What do you got?
Sure. Number 2, I'm giving you the English dubbed version of a movie that I still recommend you watch the subtitled version. But this is a current. This came out last year and is up for Best International Feature Film at the Academy Awards.
It's a documentary as well, you say?
It is a documentary as well.
All right, here we go.
This is where my story begins. I wrote it down when I got to Denmark.
Can you try and read it?
It won't be easy. I'm not that good at reading diary anymore. بعد زمدان مجاهدين شاش half throws. I can't read my own handwriting. I really can't. After the Mujahideen seized the power in Afghanistan. تمام فامیل ما کشته شد و زندگی من در خطر بود. They killed my father, abducted my sister, and murdered my mother and brother. If I had stayed, they probably would have killed me too.
Okay, no idea. Sounds serious.
It's very serious. Boy, more serious than pinball for sure. This is a movie called Flee, Flee. This is a Danish film where they interview this guy, Amin, about his childhood growing up and being a refugee from Afghanistan after the Mujahideen.
There you go.
I know I'm butchering that. Is causing a civil war to take place in Afghanistan. It's kind of parallels to a lot of the stuff that we're seeing currently with the Ukraine. Because he's trying to get out. He's trying to get out with his family, and this documentary would put him in a lot of danger because of a lot of the stuff that he says. So they keep him anonymous and turn this into an animated film. So instead of seeing Amin on camera as himself, you see an animated version of him telling his story, but also they animate the story itself. So it's an animated, like on the truck trying to, working with human traffickers to smuggle him out of the country or get him onto a plane or things like that. This horrible boat story that he has to go through trying to get across the Baltic. Presented for whatever reason, it reminded me a lot of Mouse, MAUS, which obviously got a lot of attention recently when it was banned. Just because it takes a very serious topic and presents it in a very easy to digest way. The animation helps with the with conveying this story of this horrible, terrible stuff that happens to this guy. Yeah. Add on to that the fact that he is gay, and it's the Afghani custom that gay just doesn't exist. Like that's not. They don't even have a word for homosexual in the Dari language. So yeah, this is Flee, currently on Hulu, and I feel after watching this, I haven't seen any of the other international feature films except for Drive My Car, and I believe it's got to be, if it's up for Best Picture, it's also got to be up for Best International Feature Film. But I believe Flee is going to be the winner, and rightly so, should be the winner at this year's Academy Awards.
Nice. All right then.
This subject is just like, I think it's just so important, and the younger generations might not even know that all across the Western world, we have completely changed our attitude toward refugees of war over the last 30 years. It's Samantha's best friend when she was 20 was born and started her life in Central America, and her entire family fled war. And they were able, in I think the late 1970s or early 1980s, they were able to gain citizenship in both the U.S. and Canada. Her family lived at different times in two completely different Western countries, and they, were able to be successful and so on. And, like they didn't have to hide anything. They did all of it very openly. And nowadays in all the Western world, including Denmark, which is like really we think of as very progressive, right? And like in all the Western world, there are just millions of people who are hiding from huge risks because they're a refugee from some other place. It's just wild.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely watch that one as well. I'm sorry, you said where it was streaming, and
it's Hulu. It's on Hulu, and it is. Man, it is great. It is so good. Flea, FLEE. Don't look for the Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist.
No. Go watch that the documentary on Woodstock '99 because he's
there we go. That'll give you Flea.
All the
Flea you need.
Too much Flea. Way too much Flea. All right. Here's mine. This is a short clip. It's a film. It's 2019. This movie came out, and for some reason I never saw it. I've not read the book it's based on, but I've been meaning to see it forever, and I really liked it. Here it is.
Snakebite Andy, that's who you are. So, who am I?
You're some crazy bitch who kidnapped me.
Just the truth from now on. You will only speak the truth.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. My God, works a little too well, don't it?
All right. Sound familiar to anyone there? I know Brian
sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I know you've seen it. It is Dr. Sleep by director Mike Flanagan, based on the Stephen King book, which is a sequel of sorts to The Shining, although the movie and the book, just like the original Shining and the book, had some differences. They had to make this movie be more of a sequel to the previous film than it is in the book. And so it's an interesting thing. But the reason I was drawn to finally see it is because since this time, I have been all about Mike Flanagan and his work. I love everything about everything he does, including Midnight Mass from last year. It was one of my favorite things I saw on TV. I loved his Gerald's Game take. I really liked his previous House on Haunted Hill or whatever it's called, or House of Haunted Hill.
Haunting of Hill
House. There it is.
Hill House.
I was getting mixed up with that old movie. Anyway,
yes.
Blythe Manor, Hush, all these really cool things. And I think Mike Flanagan is obviously stars on the rise for everybody, but for me, he is a new kind of horror director, and it's working for me in a way that nobody else does. And I can't really explain it, but his style is exactly what I like.
And this is not new. This came out like pre-pandemic, right?
Yeah, 2019 was the year. And it's Danny Torrance is now an adult and kind of messed up. He's an alcoholic. The reason he's an alcoholic is because that pushes down the shine. And I don't want to give too much away because I think this is really worth seeing as a thing that kind of in my own head, probably the book as well, shouldn't work. Like this should not be a thing to do a follow-up to The Shining. It just shouldn't be a thing, kind of. In my head, I'm like, how are you even doing this? Seems like a bad idea. It's really good. Really, really good.
It is.
I liked it a lot. The performances are amazing. In particular, Rebecca Ferguson, who plays Rose the Hat, is amazing. She's always good, though. Go watch Dune again because she's amazing as Jessica in Dune. Ewan McGregor's great. He looks like what Danny Torrance might look like when he got older. The one thing I didn't expect in this thing, and it's not going to surprise you guys that in a Mike Flanagan production that he has got Henry Thomas working for him because he's in all of those, right?
Right.
Everything he does, Henry Thomas from the old, from E.T. is in this. And in this one, he plays Jack Nicholson's character in both flashback form and in a form I don't want to get too into. And it's great. Not just an impression of Jack Nicholson. It's not that at all, in fact. It's more of an embodiment of what that character was and what he looked like. And also same goes for this lady. What's her name? She plays her mom, Kate Parker. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Not wrong lady. Here it is. Jocelyn Donahue plays Lucy Stone. And she looks a whole lot like, what's her name? Can't think of her name all of a sudden.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall. looks just like her, and she even reenacts the scene where we're getting the here's Johnny moment with through the door.
axe through the door. Yeah,
Wow.
And it's so well done. You'd think it was just old footage, but it's not.
The idea that anybody in the world looks like Shelley Duvall is kind of
I know, right? And she looks like her, but not so much like her that you're never like, oh my gosh, spitting image. But it's the embodiment of the character just right. It's just the way it should be.
Yeah.
And I love the tone of it. I love how the whole thing feels. One of my favorite character actors of the modern day is Zahn McLaren. He plays Crow Daddy. He is from season 2 of Fargo. He's the Native American hitman guy that works for the family crime syndicate thing. I love him in everything. He's in that new Reservation Dogs. He's in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's just awesome, and he's in this. He's great. Cliff Curtis plays Billy Freeman. You know him from Fear the Walking Dead. He's great. That guy is so great. Oh yeah, Longmire also for Zahn McLaren. Anyway, I'm way late to the party here, but I really love it.
I'm interested in how you've been watching a lot of horror on Netflix lately.
This was HBO Max,
a couple weeks ago you were talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in the mood right now. It's weird.
Yeah,
I'm. I don't know what that says about me, but we're nowhere near October, and I want to watch horror movies. I like them to be a little more cerebral. I'm not really looking for hack and slash, and Doctor Sleep definitely fills that void. This was HBO Max in this case, although it may be in both places. I'm not sure.
It's on Netflix. Nope. It just says remind me. So it's currently not available on Netflix. So yeah, HBO Max.
HBO Max is where I got it. Yeah. I think it just got added. So you got plenty of time on there if you haven't seen it. I know a lot of people have seen it. If you haven't, it's a perfect mix of new, old, throwback and not. It's a very different focus than the first film. And they go back to that hotel, and holy shit, that hotel.
Yeah, it's well done. Like also well done recreation of the Stanley Hotel from, or the Overlook from the first movie.
Yeah, they make it. I mean, it seems like I'm there. It's just dilapidated and old, and no one's there anymore. It's abandoned.
Yeah,
but it really got me when he stares through that hole his dad made with the axe. It's just really cool, man. So anyway, y'all should watch it. I liked it a lot. If you like cerebral horror. It's not that there's not a ton of gore or anything. It's mostly, it's typical Mike Flanagan fare. If you like what he does, you're going to like this. Available again, HBO Max. All right, Randy, we got something queued up for you, sir. What do you got here?
Yes, we do. I'm always bringing the controversy, I guess, but I didn't make the controversy. I just really, really enjoyed a new film, and I hope everybody watches it. This clip is a young woman, teenager, watching TV with her mom, and her dad is making food in the kitchen.
All right, here we go.
He should have listened to his mother and married Ling Yi.
Totally. Xu Yi is so two-faced.
She's just using him to get to the throne. She'll probably stab him on their wedding night.
Perfect.
Yes.
And now you get to experience them live. The Worldwide Pop Sensation 4-Town will be kicking off their North American tour. Tickets on sale now.
Oh my gosh. Who are these hip hoppers? And why are they called 4-Town if there are 5 of them?
I don't know. Some of the kids at school like them.
You mean Miriam? That girl is odd.
I assume this is that red, or what is it? Turning Red.
Turning Red, man.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere. I realized there have been people tracking the making of this movie for a couple of years now, but I really feel like it sort of burst out last week among my peers, and it is so freaking good. I hope everyone listening to this watches this movie. And I say that because you're probably aware of certain factions in the world who are trying to get you to not watch this movie, and that's very reminiscent of Don't Look Up, right? Where there are people who they watch this movie and they realize, oh, what I believe is kind of being made fun of here. And this is not like Don't Look Up in several regards, but the main one is it's just a nice story. It's a Disney movie. It's like I would say it's very much like Frozen or Encanto. It's about a family, and it's about people like maturing and finding superpowers, like they always are for some reason. It was just wonderful use of magic in this movie. It just like it's so relatable, and that's the thing that a lot of people are like saying. They go, "Well, I watched this movie and I couldn't relate to it at all." Well, maybe you should watch it again and understand that there are a lot of people out there that you might not be relating to, and you should get to know them. They're really cool and interesting people.
Yeah. Well, I want to see it. We meant to this last weekend. Me and Carter were going to sit down and see it, and then things got busy and we didn't get a chance, but it looks great. It's I know it's
You're not wrong about it coming out of nowhere either. Like the first thing I ever saw about it was on the latest issue, Disney 23, and I'm like, I don't even how did this thing come out and not have no idea that it was happening?
Yeah. I think there's kind of a little systemic racism problem here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Where, I mean, Domi Shi is a rising superstar of a filmmaker, right? So
she did that. What was the short Pixar did a few years ago? What was that called?
She wrote and directed Bao.
Bao, that's
and Bao is like at the time it overshadowed whatever movie it was on the front of because it was just so incredible and it was so heartfelt and personal.
Why did she eat the baby? It was Bao.
Yeah, so Domi Shi was an animator for Pixar and worked on Incredibles 2 and Inside Out, and then got a chance to make Bao. And Bao is a very similar story to Turning Red, by the way. Bao is a story about a woman who wants a child and dreams of having a child and dreams of every aspect of raising that child, all the way up to the child disappointing her and sort of leaving her, to go on and live its life. Yeah. And that's like, wow, it's just really like, it's sad and moving. Well, Turning Red is not, it's like in the same vein. And I think there's a lot of people out there who like, they see something like this, like that's too heartfelt. That's too personal. That's too emotional. Like, I don't know that
So the controversy isn't that it's communism, the red in there, like turning communist. Okay. All right. Good. Just want to make sure.
Turning red, what it refers to in this movie is just magic. It's just a young person finding that they have some magic inside them. And that's part of them growing up. Domi Shi has said repeatedly and publicly that this is based on her experience. And one of the coolest things about this movie is that if you remember 2002, it's going to take you back. It is set in 2002. It is chock full of 2002. And like she was, I guess she was about 13 years old in 2002 when, she found herself changing and finding herself at odds with her parents a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, so it's just like, based on a true story, but that doesn't, it's like saying Frozen is based on a true story. It can't be, right? Like
can't quite be. Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah.
But my goodness, it is just so beautiful. Cool. There are so many things in this movie. This movie is packed to the rafters with little references and things that are scattered all over every scene. And so like it's one of those things where it's really, really fun to notice like the little things. Like the thing that I noticed the most was that the quattro of girls that are all best friends, they all have friendship bracelets on.
Oh, and man. That's a thing of
there's
time.
There's a point where our main character falls out with all of her best friends and she's no longer wearing the friendship bracelet. And then they get back together and she's wearing it again. And they add a fifth person to their crew. And suddenly that person who has not been wearing a friendship bracelet the entire movie is wearing a friendship bracelet. And it's never spoken of. It's not, you never see a zoom in on it. It's just like this extra little thing that you can catch. And there's tons of stuff like that to catch throughout this movie.
Interesting.
I want to see it. Unlike you guys, or in contrast to you guys, I've known about this one for a while, and I'm not sure why. I think maybe we saw the teaser at the end of something years ago. Like, what was the one with the van? What was that called? Onward?
Oh, Onward, yeah.
I think Onward's teaser was Turning Red.
Really?
At the end of it. At the end of it. I don't mean the movie itself, but at the end there was like some teaser or something. Or maybe it was before the movie. I don't remember exactly, but I remember thinking, oh, that looks interesting. Some kind of werewolf, but you're cute. I don't know what this is. But then the controversy was, why is Disney not going to theaters with this? Why is this coming to Disney Plus day one, whereas they are putting some other mainline animated Disney thing out in theaters? And so the filmmakers, including her, they were a little upset that Disney decided to do this distribution change because they really wanted it in theaters first. And anyway, That's the only reason I know
will
about
bet
it.
you a lot of money that this is in theaters right now in Asia, in like all kinds of, non-English speaking regions. I'll bet you.
Yeah.
It's like this is a classic Pixar movie.
Yeah. Carter in the chat, my daughter, says, yeah, Carter, didn't we see this? And maybe she'll remember where we saw it, but we were
she
like,
says she's been excited for a very long time. So somehow you guys found out about it.
I think part of it is I have a very progressive, smart, animation-minded daughter in the house, and she probably told me. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, could be.
And I like to come full circle on this thing. There is controversy here. This is a very personal look at a very specific kind of culture.
Mm-hmm.
And there are plenty of people who they don't see themselves in this movie, and it angers them.
Oh, screw
for
them!
some reason.
Screw them. Then they can go eat a poo and then eat the poo again, and then when they've done pooping the poo they ate, they can eat that poo. They can do all the poo.
You could just yell at them, Scott. But I'm saying that I would like to see more movies like this, because at some point you gotta look at it. You gotta accept that you are different than other people in the world, and that people have different experiences than you, and those experiences can be very valuable to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I want to watch it, and I'm gonna. So Carter, this weekend, no excuses. Somehow we're squeezing this in. All right.
Good.
Excellent lineup today, everybody. If you want to follow more about what we talked about and you missed any of it, don't worry, because in both Discord and Twitter and Facebook and all the places, Randy will post it. Follow him on Twitter at Randy Deluxe, and it'll be there right away. And don't forget to tune in this weekend when FilmSack does a bonus thing. Or no, wait, we don't do that yet.
We're watching an episode of Knight Rider.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I just think it's really, really funny, because we ended the last episode talking about something, and we didn't actually deliver what we were
pay it
talking
off.
about.
Yeah, so people have been on pins and needles all week.
Yeah.
I'm promising you right now, if you listen to this next episode, we're going to pay this thing off. I'm going to answer the question, what were the first tweets that we each made?
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Well, Randy, take it easy. Have a great day. And
well, thank you, Scott.
Bye.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, real quick, tiny thing that someone just mentioned. Disney Plus launched parental controls today in conjunction with those former Netflix shows. I wondered what they were going to do, because they got like swears and some blood and some
the Marvel
sexy time. Yeah. I'm a little surprised they got them. I thought they were going to censor them or something.
When I was getting a link to Turning Red for quicktms.li, that's the first thing it said. Hey, you haven't set your parental controls yet. You want TV-14? What do you want? And I'm like, oh, give me everything. What the hell?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Kidding.
That's how you get your Deadpool in here.
There you go. There you have it. Okay, so Brian and I are done.
Yeah.
Did they hit? Hold on a second. Also heard something about Deadpool 3
no,
today.
Deadpool's not.
No, not that. Deadpool 3 news dropped.
Oh, really? And
hold on, what was it?
Full frontal Ryan Reynolds nudity.
No, it's it's today was confirmed. There was rumors. Remember, Sean? We talked to
Sean Levy.
Sean Levy. Now it's confirmed. It's real.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
good.
That's actually happening. It wasn't just a hint, but dropped by what's his handsome. turned out to be real. All right. Yes. Let's get out of here. Hey, big thanks everybody for watching, listening, hanging out, and being part of the show today. If you'd like to support the show, patreon.com/TMS is the place to do it. Be like Dave Gare or Ann Martin. These are just two of the wonderful people who sponsor us via the Patreon. It's very easy to do, and it's a great way to throw a buck at your favorite show. Even if that's all you do is $1 a month, it's ridiculous. We're the cheapest thing in town. So hop on, be a part of it.
Those two took a road trip, by the way, up to Detroit to go check out Music City, and had a really good time. Ate a lot of corn nuts along the way, one flat tire, but what can you expect from Dave Gare and Andy Martin?
Yeah, what can you expect? Nothing. That's the answer. Is that all true, or is that a reference I should get and I don't get that reference?
No, I'm just like, how I like to make up stuff about the patrons when you give us a few names.
I like that. Okay, all right.
I like to give it
no, this is a new thing.
Their names, we get a little backstory.
No. I like this. From now on, I will not only will I understand that, but I think we should do that actively. I think that's a great way to get to know these people.
Well, I have been, and thank you for noticing, Scott.
Every time I thought, Brian sure knows a lot about this two people I've never heard of.
Wow, these three people all co-worked and invented the disposable fork?
Yeah,
wow,
how did that happen? The disposable fork, that's huge. All right. The site to go to for all things. You want to request songs, you want to do get Brian's some money for his bike thing. All that. You want to do all that? We got links to all of it at the website, frogpants.com/TMS. And if you're coming to Vegas, get those ticket swag combos. They're up there. They're ready for you. You got to have one, so get it. It's over at frogpants.com/store, or you can find it linked at vivatmsvegas.com, which has all the Vegas details. Okay?
That's right.
All of it. So go get there and get it done.
Yeah, you even have a link to submit your TMS film for the TMS Film Fest. I can't wait to see what we do with the TMS Film Fest.
Ooh, it sounds like I should edit the page and get rid of that.
Yes, and it doesn't have a link to support my Bike Coverville 2022.
Oh.
Tiny.cc/Bike Coverville 2022.
I'm going to swap all that out today. One thing real quick here. You mentioned the film thing. We haven't done that in a long time. I think after Vegas, we kick one off. We should do a new one.
I agree. I miss it because I feel like it was so much fun. So
yeah,
for sure.
Really good time.
Also, do we have a time yet for our play date on Friday?
I was thinking normal show time, but if you want to do it early, or what's your deal? What do you got?
If we could start it earlier, that'd be great. And that way I still have time to do, I guess, the connection afterwards.
Why don't we let's bump it up an hour. You want to do it at 1?
Perfect. 1 o'clock.
All right, 1 o'clock. Play date here. Don't know what games yet. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of chatter about more Among Us. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know, but we'll do it this week or this Friday. All right.
Cool.
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, send us your emails. Love your feedback. Need more of them. themorningstream@gmail.com. themorningstream@gmail.com. Brian, play a song. We got to go. What is it?
Yeah, well, this one's going out to Dan the Tabletop Man. Wrote in and said, "Hey, thanks, buddy, for my lobster. My split-apart Janice, who's been the better half of mine for 20 years. They got married on March 16th, 2002. He says, I love you, and I wouldn't be half the person I am without you. Thanks for putting up with me. Signed, Dan the Tabletop Man."
Can confirm. He's way cooler with her around, I'm telling you.
No kidding. And who knew he had a heart?
No,
he's not just a pretty meeple.
Yeah.
Anyway, he wanted to hear a cover of "The Way You Look Tonight," the song originally done by Fred Astaire, probably most connected to Tony Bennett or Frank Sinatra. I've played this cover a couple times on the show before, at least once, but it is my favorite cover of that song, and I can't put another one in front of it. It's so good. This is from Jules Holland and his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra and features vocals by an incredible singer named Sam Brown. She had a big hit in the 80s with a song called Stop. You might remember that. Anyway, this is her vocals with Jules Holland, his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra, "The Way You Look Tonight."
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Another grandma.
Oh, look who it is.